still good morning because I don't say afternoon. I have been given a task. And said task is to untangle this mess right here because it is fall. The first day of fall was like last week, right? I've been given the task of untangling this mess. So let me just make sure my lathe is working right. Right. Gotta make sure it's working. My character will not be moving because obviously it needs to be tracking my face to be able to move, and I'm too lazy to hook up both of the cameras I have right now in order to track my face and movement and show the viewing. Oh, I'm very quiet. Hold on. Let me raise up this. Okay, hold up. I have to fix this. Why did I put this lower? Okay. Okay, so I'm currently listening to a Christian Lo-Fi playlist, which is what you guys hear slightly in the background. It is by Red E Find TV. It's literally Red, the letter E, Find TV. So yeah. I'll put it up a little bit because I did change the playback speed. I'll put it a little bit. I'll put it at 2 playback speed because it needs to be sped up enough so that it doesn't count it as copyright. Oh, sorry, I forgot to change my camera settings. I was gonna do that. Because camera settings don't look great right now. Oh great, I forget, I have ads. Okay, I'm gonna move this up more so you guys can't really see the settings. There we go. I feel like that's a pretty good example of how it looks right now. So that's how we're gonna leave the camera settings. Okay, I can't have the audio up too loud because then it's gonna be like, oh, copyright, but you can't copyright me if the music is sped up. Because that is the terms and conditions of the copyright. If their video is different and if the audio is sped up or something like that, then a copyright claim cannot be made. Well, it can still be made, it can't be actually put through. But yeah. This is my current task. I am somehow the one person in my family with enough patience to untangle anything, but at the same time, I don't have patience. I have like selective patience. In Bible study, we've been reading 1 Corinthians, and we got to chapter 9. Well, we actually got to chapter 10, but chapter 9 stood out to me the most because it relates to a situation that I've dealt with where towards the end it talks about how I think the one who's talking in Corinthians is Paul, but Paul talks about how he how when he speaks to certain people, he makes sure to know how they live and how they go through life before speaking to them, or like in order to speak to them. And that's what I do. That's what I have mentioned to someone, like how we all speak differently or act differently when hanging out with certain people. A lot of the times it's a bad thing, yes, I know that. But when I do that, when I do that, I like to think that I'm doing that in order to relate to the people so that then I can end up like relating to them on a personal level where they can trust me and stuff like that. But I was told a little while ago that me acting differently depending on who I speak to is wrong, which I personally didn't think it was wrong until that person said that. But reading Corinthians chapter 9 has now given me the understanding of what I am doing, of trying to relate to people on a personal level before speaking to them, or trying to understand how they feel or how they live, is a good thing. It's not a bad thing, like as long as I'm using it for good. Like obviously there's people who could do that and take advantage of other people. That's not a good thing. But if you're doing that in order to have an understanding of the person, in order to help them, then that's good. And like, I don't know, maybe in the past I would try and find an understanding with people more for my own oh wow, there's 3 lights tangled in here. She said there were only 2. But like in the past, in like high school and all that crazy life, right? I would try and get a better understanding of people so that I don't get caught off guard. I would do that for my own benefit. But now, since I've been getting closer to God, I am not doing it for my own benefit. I am doing it for the the benefit of others, that they may see a light in what they see as the darkness of their life, and like for them to be able to see that there is a way out of what they're struggling with or what they're dealing with. And like I do feel like I do know that I've been messing up. I've been messing up so badly, and I messed up very badly at one point. And it may be fixed. Please, God, fix that. Because that is out of my hands. It is only up to you. But yeah. I'm literally just hanging the leaves all over my monitor right now. I am thinking of returning this monitor because we were kind of like peer pressured to get this monitor by the employee who was helping us, because they were saying like, oh, you should get the cheaper one because it's more affordable and stuff like that. And that peer pressured me and my mom to be like, so you're stereotyping us because we live in a city where people can't afford things. So we were both like in the mindset of, okay, we'll show you just how much we can afford. So it was a very bad situation, and our mindsets were not in the right place at the time. We were kind of like, wow, you're really judging us because we live in this city. But it was a really bad moment. Like, we weren't thinking straight. So I'm going to end up returning this monitor that I have now, and I'm gonna get 2 cheaper ones, because yes, it's amazing to have awesome graphics and stuff like that, but like the graphics aren't all dependent on the monitor itself. It's also dependent on the PC. And it's like, I have a good PC, so I don't need such a good monitor, or like the type of monitor I have now, because this monitor was technically a TV. Like, this monitor is technically a TV. It's literally a Samsung monitor. I could literally watch TV on it if I get the remote for the monitor. Okay, here comes the difficult part. You see this? This is like floss lights. Like the little fairy lights. And it is absolutely terrible when these get tangled. Like, look at this. This is completely tangled to the point where, like, it's bad. It's really bad. I'm realizing you guys can barely hear. You guys can barely hear the background audio, and I'm gonna probably not be talking as much right now because of the fact that this is gonna take a lot of brain power, for me at least. Like, not brain power, but I'm gonna be spaced out, so I'm not gonna be thinking properly. I just need to take one of these 3 lights apart, and once I'm able to do that, then it'll be a lot better. I feel like I should be like staying off of Discord more, because I've gotten to a point where I'm on Discord too much. So it's like my mom bringing this task for me to do is such a relief for me. Like, yes, it might be stressful, but it's such a mind clearer. Like look at this. This is so stressful, but like at this moment it is so calming to me, because I'd much rather be doing this than reading messages on Discord that I'd much rather not answer because I don't want to respond. like I have 10 days. There's 10 days. There are 10 days until how do I say it? Like, I could just say it a normal way, but I want to find a really weird way to say it. There's 10 days until the female week, right? Female week. And so it's like everything on Discord is just kind of stressful. And it's like I just don't want to deal with any of it. Oh, there's an end to one of the lights right here. I can't take this out because it's kind of like a knot. This whole little bunch right here. I need to figure out where this goes. It like is actually a knot. It goes a loop around. Oh my god, the craziest thing happened, like, yesterday. So, if you've been watching all my lives, all my videos, everything since, like, 2 months ago, y'all will know that I am a very, very complicated individual. And, so yesterday I was talking to someone about how I'm very complicated. And we're just gonna hope that they're not watching, right? Most likely not. They've never seen any of my lives, from what I know, unless they just stalking me. But we all know how I'm complicated, so I told this person that I don't know. I was pretty much just ranting on and on and on about like stuff because obviously the Woman Week is coming up, and I pretty much said it's just, I don't know, I'm complicated. I don't even really know at this point. I really don't know how to explain it because I was trying to explain something to them and it was just not sounding right how I was trying to explain it. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let me just, let's untangle this. Okay, I think that's fine, maybe. So pretty much I was just talking to them about how I'm complicated because I was trying to explain something and couldn't explain it correctly. And they said, it's okay. I actually find complexity cool. Complex people tend to be more genuine as others try hard to fit in to social norms. Like, what does that mean? Like, it's okay. I actually find complexity cool. Complex people tend to be more genuine as others try hard to fit in to social norms. Like, I don't know. That's my word of the year. I don't know. Okay, let me put this through here. Do this. Do this. I think I just touched a water bottle. There's water on my hand now. But, yeah. I don't know. Like, my hand looks so white. Crazy what this light is doing to my hand. Like, what if I pointed it at the monitor? What is happening? Okay. My hand looks so white. My hand is not this white. I'm about to open settings again. Edit the camera real quick. Like, my hand is not that white. Yeah, no, it's literally just lighting. Look, I could do this. But then I look orange. Ooh, we do not need the brightness all the way up like that. Zoom. Saturation. I don't know, it's the lighting. The camera can't do the lighting correctly. Like, I am not that, like, pale. I don't know why it's making me look that pale. Crazy. Genuinely crazy. Pretty crazy. Okay. That's fine. But yeah, I don't know, like, that response. They think I'm cool. They think I'm okay, so according to me being complex, they think I am cool and more genuine than others, which they might regret that response soon because they want to say more genuine than others. Ugh. People really can't handle how genuine I am during the Women Week. Let me just try to stretch out the knots. Maybe I could get to the end of one of them, because I did find an end of one of them earlier. Oh, I found an end. Right here. Okay, so we're just gonna follow this, and then we'll be able to take it out. Ooh, you wanna know something? I watched a Indiana Jones movie with someone. The same person that said complex people are cool. I watched an Indiana Jones movie with them, and I absolutely loved it. Like, I don't know if they understand just how much I loved the movie. Like, I want to watch all the movies now. Like, I genuinely enjoyed the movie so much that my brain randomly, when I'm not thinking of anything, replays scenes of the movie. And I'm like, wait, what movie was that? And then at first I think it's like a movie like The Goonies or something like that. But then I'm like, no, that was Indiana Jones. And like, I just absolutely love the Indiana Jones movies now. I really want to watch them. I want to watch all of them. And it's not even like, it's not even that I like the actor who plays him. It's just I love the movies in general. Because I know when I like the actor in general. Because it's like Johnny Depp, I absolutely love him. Whoops. I got the light tangled on my mic. And for some reason, the audio can be heard more from the back of my mic than from the front of my mic. Well, not me speaking, but if something hits it, like that's me hitting the back of my mic. Sorry, that was loud. I think we almost have this untangled. Maybe. I don't know how long these light strings are. I would hope we almost have this untangled. Alright, let's see. Is it much more of a tangle? Oh, it is so much more of a tangle. This is crazy how tangled this is. Okay. How long has it been? I don't know. It's been 33 minutes. Literally, guys, if I open an untangling business, you think I'd get money? Like, I'll untangle the most difficult things ever. I can untangle anything. And it's like $20 an hour, right? But then if it's like 30 minutes and $10. Which, like, I would say that's a pretty good deal. $10 to untangle something. If it's like super, super simple, right? Like, I wouldn't be cheating people out of their money, and people would get their items untangled. Like, I could literally have a untangle on the go business, right? Because there's situations where, like, necklaces get tangled in people's hair, they need to cut it out, and I'm just like, no, you don't need to cut it out. You just need to have patience and make sure that that person, if it's a child, they have a distraction while it is being untangled. Because if they pull away, it's gonna hurt, and their hair might come out because the thing is usually stuck in their hair, which has happened before. But it's like, I've gotten necklaces taken out of untangled from like 3-year-old's hair, like, because like, obviously, if something's tangled in someone's hair, you try, like, yanking it out rather than having patience to take it out calmly. I think I lost the end to... Wait, no, I found an end. I don't know if it's the same end. Is it the same end? I'm kind of getting a little confused here. Okay, so we got the end, right? Let's see. Okay, there's an end here. Whoops. I just punched a water bottle. Okay. This is going well. Thank you, God. Oh, ads. What is this? Okay. I need to find another end. There should be 3 ends. Oh, I need a mint. My brain is getting so fogged right now. We got the Lifesavers green bag mint. whenever my brain starts to fog a lot and I'm not able to actually focus, then I take a lifesaver mint and it helps me focus a lot more. I think it's due to school, because in middle school the teachers would give the kids mints and gum and stuff whenever there was tests. Oh, I have another end right here, because they said that it helps for focusing. And like, I don't know, ever since that, it's like I have a mint whenever I can't focus. Not gum, because after chewing gum for a while it gives me a stomachache, and it loses its flavor. The mint might dissolve, but I could have as many as those as I want without it hurting my stomach. That sounded so satisfying. Like, I'm gonna do that again. Ow. That stabbed me that time. Okay, no more. I stabbed myself. I'm not doing that again. Like, it didn't hurt me, like, actually. But still. I think these lights are like about 12 feet long. Maybe more. This literally goes into a loop. I'm trying to look ahead of where the lights end and whatever like that, but I cannot do that because I'm doing that and it's messing me up, because it's like, oh my goodness, when does this end? There we go. Oh, and we found the third end, because we have one of the light strings here, the other light string is in my lap, and then that means this is the end of this string. Like, look, I could show you guys all three of the ends of the lights. Right here. Look at the ends. We have all three of the ends of the lights. That's awesome. We're making progress, even though it doesn't feel like we are. Even though that's amazing. Like, even though we still have this huge mess in front of us, like, this literally goes for life in general. Even though we only see what is in front of us, we tend to not see the progress, which for me is the three ends that I just showed you guys. We tend to not see the progress that we've made along the way in life. Even though we've gotten so far, we still see the mess and everything that is still like holding us back, rather than seeing how far we've gotten. It's really insane when you think about it. We tend to focus on what we haven't done yet rather than what we have completed. And that just drags us down. Because that's what I was doing. That's literally what I was doing earlier when I was trying to figure out like how much, like when I'm trying to figure out how long these light strings are and how much more I have to do before being done with it. That is me looking ahead, trying to figure out how much longer this is going to take, trying to figure out how much more there is to do, rather than just continuing to do it because we already know what we need to do, what is needed of us and how to do it. But the thing is, looking ahead and trying to see the finished project before it is complete causes like disappointment because we are not sure how long it's going to take or how we're going to complete it rather than just trying to complete it. Like, that's what happens when I read the Bible. When I read the Bible, I always see check how many chapters there are. I always go and check how many chapters there are, how long it's going to take me to read and stuff like that. And it makes it feel so tiring and so exhausting and just like as if it's too much. And that's not what I should be focusing on. I should be focusing on all the amazing things that I get the opportunity to read in that moment and trying to understand what it means rather than trying to look ahead at the finished picture of finishing everything that I'm reading. It is difficult. It's not as easy as the words that I am saying. What I say makes it seem simple. It's not simple at all. It's difficult. Life is difficult. Everything in life is difficult. But that's how you find joy. By beating the odds, right? You beat the odds of the expectations of others, including yourself. And it's just so incredible what can be accomplished. Life is a lesson. The Bible is a cheat sheet to life. Well, not really a cheat sheet, but like the Bible is the blueprint. The Bible is the blueprint, the instructions, and as we all know, we don't like instructions. A lot of us don't listen to instructions, follow instructions. A lot of us think we know better than the instructions. But that just causes more destruction to ourselves. And we don't realize that until after we see how much damage has been caused by not following the instructions that were right in front of us for us to read, for us to look at. Okay. It's all trying to fall off my desk. Let me get this. This area right here is getting a little tangled. Okay, let me see if I can get this one out. Let's see. Nope. Turned into a knot right here. Let's see. Nope. I think I'm doing it. I don't know what that noise was I just did, but like, yeah, we don't talk about that. But I think we got it. Oh my goodness. First light out. We did it, guys. We got our first one complete. First thing of lights untangled. Now we gotta make sure this doesn't get tangled. I don't know how to make sure it doesn't, because as you've seen, these are very, very, very thin lights. This is how I have it. Hopefully this doesn't get tangled. Okay, back to the side. On to the next ones. Shouldn't be too much more difficult. Gonna hope. It's really crazy everything that's been going on recently. Like, this month has been the craziest month ever. Like, just yesterday and 2 days ago, well, mainly 2 days ago, everyone thought the world was gonna end. Everyone thought that the rapture was gonna happen, and it was to the point where it was like, what happened a few years ago, where a bunch of people started selling their things, their houses, and all that stuff. And it kind of makes no sense. Like, I understand the fear and wanting to sell your things, but at the same time, like, if the world did end, there would be no point in selling your things, because if you're going to heaven, you're going to heaven. And if you're if the world did end, your things would get stolen anyways, right? Because the world would be in chaos, so people would literally be like, end of the world, gonna go crazy, stealing and all the stuff that people might do during the end of the world. Like, literally, if there becomes an end of the world situation that's not the rapture, I'm literally gonna have to ask God to forgive me like almost every single day, because it's like, it'll be like survival of the fittest if it's not the rapture and it's just like an end of the world event. Because like, I would genuinely have to steal because stores and stuff like that won't be open like that. It would literally be survival of the fittest, where you have to go out and just steal food and stuff like that. So it would be really crazy. I am very thankful to God that the rapture didn't happen. And according to the Bible, apparently it doesn't even really speak of a rapture that's gonna happen. It speaks of like the end time and saying that the believers will be taken, but there's no real like definition of a rapture in the Bible, I guess. I don't know, that's just what I've heard. But yeah. I feel really bad for all those who sold their stuff and their houses and stuff like that, but like there is a really big lesson to be learned here. Just like with what I did something recently where there was a really big lesson to be learned there, and I definitely know now not to do that again. Whoa. Oh, I think I got it. Yep, I think I got the third light. So this tangled mess that's in my hand right now is literally just the third light tangled within itself. Yep, it is. Okay, I'll have to untangle that after I put this to the side. A cool thing is that the mint that I opened earlier, it's gonna be done by the time that I am finished untangling all these lights. Light number 2. I gotta make sure when I put this to the side that it doesn't retangle with the other light. Okay. The last and final light. Ooh, Okay, it wasn't tangled within itself, it was just folded very weirdly, so this is literally already untangled at this point. Okay, so let me just wrap it up. Okay, there we go. Third light complete. Awesome. Okay. Well, that is all. That is going to be all for today. I will see you guys next time whenever I decide to go live or make a video, right? So goodbye, God bless you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.